Hi, this is Ren, and this is All Walks of Film. So, I was just informed that there was a new trailer for Alita Battle Angel that just came out. A little while ago, I think it was a couple months ago, my co-host and I made instant reaction video to the trailer, and this is just going to be audio only. But I haven't seen the new trailer. What I will say is I'm a fan of the original manga as well as the anime. So that's a little bit of a bias thrown. Also, a lot of the criticisms that I had with Ghost in the Shell are kind of apparent here. A little less egregious because I do think that instead of fully whitewashing, there is kind of a mixed group of ethnicities in the film, and Alita isn't a super Asian name like Motoko Kusanagi. Like, it's kind of hard to sell me on that, and so spoiler alert for the Scarlett Johansson Ghost in the Shell. If you haven't seen it, you've had plenty of time, but here's your warning. So, Motoko Kusanagi in the film is named Mira Killian. Her Asian body was replaced by a white person's body, and unlike the show Altered Carbon, her Asian form is never given agency in the film. In fact, you can't even see her face. Robert Rodriguez decided to go a little bit different with this one and decided to change her eyes, and it looks weird to me. I know a lot of people are defending it. Oh, it looks like the anime, but let's face it. None of the other cyborgs look like this. So why is she looking like this? It's a design choice. It's a weird one. It's definitely a way to kind of fight the idea that you're whitewashing by making the eyes bigger and literally making the character look like an anime character. I guess he picked up on the whole big eyes thing from James Cameron, who is a producer on this film and has shown a lot of support for this film. Not to mention, he was a fan who was originally going to adapt this. Quite frankly, I would have liked to see James Cameron. Quite frankly, I would have liked to have seen James Cameron's iteration of this, but unfortunately, he's working on the next 4 or 5 Avatar movies, which will come out next year, maybe, one of them. I have no idea if he's going to actually meet these deadlines that he's setting up, but he's working on 2 or 3 right now, simultaneously, which is crazy. I mean, granted, there's plenty of time in pre-production and stuff that he's set up, but the biggest problem with those films were its story. Now, going back to Alita Battle Angel, not Battle Angel Alita, I kind of like the fact that they switched around the name a little bit so that there's a little bit less confusion, and if they sort of mess up on the adaptation, it's not as egregious because at least they had the common courtesy to change the name a little bit. So I'm going to pause this right now, and I'm going to watch the trailer, and in just a second, I will come back and give my spiel of what I think about the trailer. Okay, for the most part, a lot of the stuff in this trailer was very similar to the last trailer that I saw. I will say that the world is a little bit better designed than Ghost in the Shell. I do like certain aspects of the production design, and it does feel very true to both the anime and the manga. There's some lighting choices that I'm not particularly fond of. I know that's getting really nitpicky, but I'm not a huge fan of non-fluorescent lighting, especially in sci-fi stuff. So, all the stuff when she's hanging out with the man that finds her and repairs her and all that kind of stuff is just, it just looks whatever. Once again, I have no idea why they went with this design choice, especially since none of the other Android characters look like this. Why? And I know that it will have its defenders, and I'm just thinking about the porn parodies using the eye thing that's totally gonna happen. For the most part, I mean, it looks okay. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great either. Given the fact that this movie is coming out December 21st, I'm very skeptical of that date. I think that they are going to push it back to a January release because I got a feeling that there's going to be backlash from the critics, and then there's going to be an excuse like, oh, it was for the fans, the design was for the fans. I don't understand why this isn't a CG animated movie. Like, the whole thing, like, have every character look like Alita and not have, this sort of weird uncanny valley with one character. Yes, I know she's an android. Yes, I know that she is not real in a sense. Visually they're trying to show her alienation and all this kind of stuff, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it looks weird. And if you're not going to do that with any of the other androids, it seems kind of pointless. I did like the fact that they included her iconic war paint look, where in the anime there was a dog that was killed, and she was like friends with the dog and all this kind of stuff, and she took the blood of the dog and rubbed the blood on her face and created that war paint, and you can clearly see in the trailer that it is blood, and I think that's pretty cool. Some of the mech designs are pretty cool, and I do like the designs of the androids. I am hung up about that one fact. I think it's going to hurt the film significantly, even though there are going to be many defenders of that choice. Granted, it's not whitewashing like Ghost in the Shell, but it's kind of its weird own category with it. And it's just a weird choice. So what did you think of the trailer? Let me know in the comments below. And if there's another trailer that you would like to see me comment on, I guess I can get more into details with trailers if that's something that you're interested in. Let me know in the comments below if that's something that interests you. Thanks for listening.